All right, so the purpose of this video is multifold, I guess. Number one, for me to explain to you who I am, what my background is, and how I can help you. But importantly, what the process of this consult that you're about to get into is. So who am I? My name is Ryan Michael Ballo. You're probably coming from the YouTube channel, and if not, you're brand new to Cortex Labs and you maybe just recently heard of me. Either way, thanks so much for being with me. My specialty is neurohacking, and specifically what that really means is brain chemistry modification via neurotransmitter optimization for the goal of better performance, brain performance enhancement. I have worked with, at this point, 6,000 men all over the world. I usually get the call from like the Wells Fargo executive who functioned pretty awesomely 5 years ago, and now the company's like doing some new initiative and the guy needs to function the way he used to function. And focus and motivation and general productivity, working memory, verbal fluency have all taken a hit in the last 5 years. And this person needs to get that functional energy back as far as brain performance. I get the call from the Silicon Valley entrepreneur that just had $100 million invested in their company and they need to perform. They got to build a company, scale a company, sell a company, or just grow a company. I get the call from the Silicon Valley venture capitalists who've invested in startups or are wanting to invest in startups and need better brain performance for interacting with those companies, looking at deals, determining which the best ones are, etc. I also get the call from regular entrepreneurs, entrepreneurs that own software companies. I get the call from programmers that are building mobile apps and any type of business owner in between. I mean, business owners are hard-charging individuals, so we're always focused on how do we improve our output? And brain performance is really the core element of fostering better productive output. So let's get into the process of this consult. The very first thing that we do is a fact-finding call. And that fact-finding call is super important, right? Because it is my opportunity and it's our chance to elicit and uncover what your deficiencies are. Is it a focus issue? Is it a motivation issue? Is it a memory problem? Is it a verbal fluency issue? Is it a mental energy problem? Is it all of those things? What is your energy baseline like? Is there a way that we can optimize that so that you get a better response from nootropics? And usually that's the case. I mean, look, your energy can be better. No matter where it is now, it can be cleaner, it can be more functional, and it can be more sustainable. So the fact-finding call for me is about trying to figure out what the template is. Which neurotransmitter systems do we have to target to get you firing on all cylinders? And then in the next day or so, it's my analysis and putting together formulations to help us achieve that. So the next step after the fact-finding call is a custom purchase list. You probably initially spend about a couple $100 on compounds that I need you to get. So I will give you specific links to those compounds in a Google document. It's all sort of done for you. You can click through, get the products, have them inbound, and then we begin. The fact-finding call should have given me, if I'm doing my job right, a lot of targeted information about how we start. Because the first two things that we do are the daily regimen and then stack experiments, okay? The daily regimen and then stack experiments. The daily regimen is a regimen or a protocol of compounds that are put together and targeted to help us achieve usually baseline energy optimization, right? Most people that come to me that are gonna benefit from nootropics or want to benefit from brain performance enhancement have a degree of energy issue. Some of them have sleep issues, some have testosterone issues. If any of those things are an issue, we've got to target them. And that is what the daily regimen is for. So that will be put together right away so that we're already getting optimization to set us up for future optimization. Then it's stack experiments, okay? Now again, if I'm doing my job correctly, the fact-finding call would have given me a lot of really highly targeted information, specifically about which neurotransmitter systems we have to target to get you firing on all cylinders. So the stack experiments, these would be nootropic stacks in specific doses with specific protocols targeted to your brain, should already be pretty dialed in based on the information that I've gleaned from the fact-finding call. But through the process of experimentation, so you should be functioning pretty awesomely almost immediately. But through the process of stack experimentation, and particularly, one of the most important parts of that process, your feedback, I make adjustments. If there's a dose adjustment that needs to be made on one compound or the other, I make those adjustments. We rerun the stack again. And ultimately, the goal in that process is to get stacks finalized, to get nootropic regimens, many of them, targeting very many different, a variety of neurotransmitter systems, finalized. As we get into the core of the consult, our main goals are the following. Number one, analysis of baseline optimization improvements. Okay, so did we improve energy? Did we improve sleep? Did we improve testosterone? How much have we improved those things? And then moving forward, what can be sustained? So what should we keep doing? And then what can be improved upon that? After a month, your energy is probably going to be pretty rocking, but can it be a little bit better? My job is to figure that out. Sleep, if sleep is an issue, which does play into all this, if it isn't functional the way that it needs to be, we've optimized it, how much better can it be? That's my job. Number two, the analysis of which neurotransmitter systems being activated help you do what work. So ultimately, we can be labeling regimens for what you do. Like if you're a programmer, take this stack for a code day. Take this stack for a fixing a problem day where there's like a random carrot somewhere and like you can't figure out what's breaking your mobile app. If you're a marketer, take this stack for creative days. If you're an entrepreneur, take this stack for hardcore execution days. If you're running sales, if you're doing sales at any capacity, or you're having to do customer facing or speaking at any capacity, a stack for verbal fluency. My job is to analyze which neurotransmitter systems are being activated and what they're helping you do so that ultimately we can double down. And then thereafter, it's continued daily stack administration, continued dialing in of formulations that are targeted to your brain and your work output. Now, this entire time, I should be clear in saying that, again, if I'm good at my job, which is my sole waking purpose, you will already be functioning orders of magnitude higher on higher levels than you were when we started. But the mission is optimization upon optimization upon optimization, so that when we reach the latter end of the consult, you have a large list of highly surgical, highly targeted nootropic stacks that are targeted to your brain and output and like what you need to be doing throughout the course of your week. We've got a regimen of supplements and chemicals, even eating protocols if we have to, that are delivering the highest amounts of energy possible. And if we have to work on testosterone or sleep, high-level strategies for achieving success in those areas. The latter end of the consult is really about scheduling and then doubling down on what we've built. So taking all of our complex optimization protocols and getting you on the proper schedule of what to take and when, so that the entire process moving forward and thereafter is completely streamlined for you, right? You just look at the document, it says what to take on the days where you're doing like an IT setup, setting up a network, what to take on the days where you're coding, what to take on the days where if you're a marketer, you need to sit and be creative, what to take on the days where it's hardcore execution time. And then the final step of the consult is finalizing everything that we've done, cementing in what we've created through repetition, and then ironing out last minute kinks if there are any, so that moving forward, the regimens you have are bulletproof. We've fixed your baseline energy problems and whatever else it was that we had to tackle. Last thing is the final strategy document. So I make sure at every single check, like you're set up moving forward to operate ultimately without me. I mean, my job is to make myself kind of obsolete, moving forward. I mean, many folks choose to continue working with me because we may establish other goals. There may be more initiatives that come up in business and we need to keep fostering good brain performance. But ultimately, my job is to make myself obsolete. It's to put you in a place where you're functioning at 150%, both in terms of energy and in terms of brain performance and output. Or there's renewal, right? I mean, there are plenty of cases where people want to expand the number of stacks that work well for them, focus on side projects like new businesses or take new initiatives, and they want continued guidance on how to sort of keep that high level brain performance and even take it to next levels and beyond. So this is what you do. You have two options here, as you see at the bottom of the page. You can either pay up front, which will save some money, and that's probably the better option, to book the consult. I will reach out to you within 24 hours and we will have our fact-finding call. Or you can do a payment plan, okay? That's an option for folks that are looking at the upfront money and going, hey, maybe it's a little too much upfront and I'd like to pay monthly. You can do that too. We've got both options at the bottom of this page for you to check out and get going. Lastly, I'll end on this. Once you make the discovery that optimizing energy baseline and fully facilitating brain performance is the key to productivity, is the key to putting you in a place where you can muscle through whatever it is you need to do in life to get you where you're going, you'll never want to go back. And that is my job, to show you that and put you at levels of brain performance and energy that frankly you've never seen before and that you'll never want to let go of. Thanks so much for being with me. I hope to see your order soon. Let's get going.